Hey everyone, it's Liz. This is my channel all about cross stitch and the other crafts that I get myself into. Well, I've finally done it. I'm not going to even make you all wait to see it. Jelly World. This is the HAED Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along. Uh, I have finished the third section. That white part is all that I have left. I have completed 75,407 stitches. And I've only got about, 14,800 stitches to go, something like that. So I am just so proud of myself. I can't even tell you how proud I am to have that finally done. So we have until the end of the year, for those of you who don't know, to finish the whole piece. It is a much smaller, as you can tell, Heaven and Earth Designs. It's more of a cropped piece. This one is about 90,000 stitches, which is the biggest, actually, stitch count of all of the stitch along pieces. And we have all of 2025 to get them completed. I am super on track. I will have this completed probably before Thanksgiving. By my calculations, November 19th. So I am super excited for that. I have never finished Heaven and Earth Design before. Never, never, never. So getting this done within a year is insane. I never thought I could do it, but I have. So uh, I'm very excited. However, this is taking up most of my stitching time. I have been running between 300 and 600 stitches on this a day. So that's a lot. And I know there are people who do a lot more stitches than I do, but that's a lot for me. So, super excited that I'm getting it done. I don't think I'll be doing this again next year, but never say never, right? Because I never would have thought I would be doing it at all. But there were just several of the charts that I really liked. And so uh, I want that prize. I want to get all the charts at the end. So I will. I'm definitely getting, I already have completed enough to get the all of the stitch along charts, and I'm pretty sure I'll finish it, which means I'll get any free chart of my choosing. So I guess I got to go figure out what I want. Whew, all right. Okay, you can all go now. No, I'm kidding. That was the big thing, though, that we had to talk about. Oh, I forgot one thing. I totally forgot one of my projects, so I had to pause and go get it. Okay. The next stitch along is Whip into Shape. That was the one that was put on by the runner stitcher, Andrew, as he prepared for the Sydney Marathon. So I believe last time I showed you, we were almost done. This is the finished, I was going to say finished piece, but the piece is not finished. But this is the finish of that. So we stitched 10 stitches for every mile that he ran during his training. And this is where I got. This is Visit Lothlorien by Country Magic Stitch. Um, I love this piece. Unfortunately, it's looking a little muted in the colors here. It's a little bit brighter than that. But I am almost done. You can see I just have that little bit in the corner. So 19,611 stitches out of 22,500, which is 87%. And that I got an amazing amount done due to that whip into shape. So that was cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get it finished though, which is what I really wanted. So I might continue on because Andrew is actually getting ready for another marathon and is continuing that whip into shape challenge. So I might continue just to get this finished because I really want it finished. And then I had another whip planned because I wasn't sure how many stitches altogether that would end up being. So I had another whip planned for if I finish this one off. So I might do that. We'll see. It's just going to depend on how busy I am with everything else. The next thing I wanted to show you was WIPGO. So I did finally kind of get back into WIPGO. I know I got really behind for a few months. because my summer was crazy. But I have done some WIPGO. So the first one I worked on Cabin Fever. This is a Dimensions kit. This was actually one of the calls for June. That's how far back I am. Number 21, and that call I had just put down as anything for dimensions. So this is the one that I decided to work on. This is everything that came in the kit is what I'm using. It is, I believe, an 18 count Ada, super stiff. This dimensions fabric is terrible, in case you didn't know. Here's where I'm at. The piece that I was working on was actually the cabin portion. I did get a bit of work done in that cabin. So love the colors on this. Really love the light coming through the windows. You know, the dimensions kits, they really do great with color and depth. But oh, they're such a pain to work on. I think I'm becoming much more of a full coverage, you know, standard chart stitcher than these kits because they are a lot of work. So for all my WIPGO calls, I do 5 days of work, whatever that may be, whatever time I have to stitch. It might be an hour, it might be 20 minutes, but that's what I commit to. The second one I worked on was Victorian Charm. I know a lot of people are familiar with this one. Oop. This is also a kit from Dimensions. That was my number 12 call for August, was also Dimensions. This one, I am down to pretty much just backstitching. I also need to do French knots and a little bit of the sky, which is all half stitch. So this is where I'm at. I'll have to hold it back so you can see the whole thing. This thing is so tall. So for this call, I did a bunch of backstitching on this second story. And you can really see that popping. The stitching is the same on this above the second story window as it is above the third story window. So if you look at this where you've just got a little bit of shading, that's the same as this. And that backstitching just really brings it out. It is amazing. So love doing the backstitching on this just because it really does add so much definition. And I will continue slowly because it does take a lot of work. This I'm doing all in the kit materials 18 count navy Ada DMC floss, so they say. I don't know if I always buy that. And a whole bunch of different colors. This fabric also is just kind of weird. It's got like this feeling to it it's not soft. But it's going okay with this blue. I know a lot of people get concerned about the dark colors. It hasn't been bothering me. So, would you believe those are the only cross stitch projects I've worked on in the last 3 weeks? Yeah. I mean, that is kind of believable since that Jelly World has been so many stitches. I've gotten 4,000 stitches done this month, and it's September 10th. So I think that tells you how much time it's taking up. But I do have some other crafts and then some plans. So I did show you my little frog crochet amigurumi. I finished him. So here he is. He's got these adorable little legs with joints crocheted in so that they move well, joints for the hands too. So this is totally cute. The eyes are weird, but it's a frog, so I guess, you know, weird eyes. The mouth is kind of weird too. It was supposed to have a tongue sticking out and then 2 dots for the cheeks, but that looked even weirder. So I didn't do that. But this is for my friend's daughter. I think she'll love him. I think he's adorable. So yeah. All done. That took me way longer than it should have. The other thing that I finished is one out of a pair of socks. This is the Hermione Everyday Sock pattern, which is free on Ravelry. I love this pattern. I use it all the time. It gives you a nice definition to the sock, but without being crazy. It's really easy to memorize. And it looks good with these stripy colors. If you try to do too difficult of a pattern, cables or lace with a sock yarn that is self-striping like this, that turns into these stripes of color, your cables will just disappear. They're not visible. So I kind of like this because it gives it something to look at. It's pretty, but it's not going to disappear, and you're not putting in all that work for people to never really see it. So I just have one more sock to finish. That's a Christmas present for a friend of mine who watches this channel, so I will not say any more than that. So that is my crochet and knitting plans. I do have some plans. I am definitely going to catch up on WIPGO while I wait for the next section of the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along. That is supposed to come on October 1st. Though I am expecting to get it a few days earlier. We have been getting them generally, I think October 1st falls on a weekday. If I recall correctly, the good thing about sitting at my work desk while I'm doing this is that I can check my calendar. It falls on a Wednesday. So we might get it like the 28th or even the 27th. They've been giving it to us kind of near the weekend, which I think is really nice of them. So I'm hoping to get that a few days early, but until then, I will have much more time to get WIPGO and other things done. So I want to catch up on WIPGO. I have 3 calls left to get me up to date through September. That is a Kincaid, anything with just a small number of stitches done, and then any full coverage piece. So those are pretty broad. I think that gives me a lot of options. And so hopefully I won't be a brat and I will just get it done. We'll see. The other thing I'm planning is it's my birthday month. So I always do a new start for my birthday. It's something that I've been doing for a while. And this year I want to continue that. So I'm going to, well, I already ordered everything that I need for this chart. This is called Stained Glass Lion. Isn't he beautiful? Getting a little bit of glare, sorry about that, but look at the colors. I just love the turquoise blues in this, those very rich oranges and browns. I'm very much looking forward to this one. So I've got fabric coming, I have floss coming. That should be here in another week. My birthday is actually later in the month, so I will start that on my birthday. I actually took the day off of work because we're given, they call it a day of meaning now, but it used to be your birthday off if it's a weekday. But I think some people got confused with that and couldn't figure out that they should just take the closest weekday if their birthday's on a weekend. So they were always complaining about it. So I decided to use it for my birthday, which is on a Thursday. So I'm definitely going to start that piece on that day. I was originally considering doing the 24 hours of cross stitch on my birthday and the day after, because I took the day after too, because I could. So I have a Thursday, Friday off, but I feel like that's not going to be realistic. I have things that I need to do that are going to keep me from getting that done. I'm feeling like I'm not going to be able to finish that in a weekend or 2 days. I'm feeling like that might be something that takes me a little bit to finish. And that's okay. I just don't have 24 hours in a row that I can devote to cross stitch. And honestly, I never even have 12 hours in a row. So I'm just going to break that out and do it how I want across some time. So that'll be a separate video though when I get it done. Might take me a few weeks to put that together, but we'll see. So that is what's coming. I'm super excited. I can't wait to just see the floss. Do you guys do that thing? You get your order from wherever you're going, or you go to the craft store and pick out your floss and then just look at the colors together, like just hold them and look at them and just enjoy seeing all those beautiful colors. That's what I do every time. I usually order from 123 Stitch. I really like them. I think they do a great job, and their prices are reasonable, and they have a lot of great sales. So I ordered from them. The fabric and the floss is all going to come together, and I will just sit there and hold the floss and look at it because I love the colors. That's what does it for me, is the colors, which is probably why a lot of my pieces are bright and kind of crazy at times. So anyways, I know this is a quick video, but that's me, quick videos. I don't like to talk all day. So thank you all for being here and for listening to me ramble on. I hope you're enjoying seeing all my progress, and happy stitching to all of you.